The Niners defense is going through some major changes this offseason, and one of the biggest changes has to be what's happening at the linebacker spot. The Niners lost their longtime linebacker, Azeez Al-Shaair, and every time this guy stepped on the field, he made plays. And with the loss of Azeez Al-Shaair, the Niners now are looking for a good backup linebacker behind Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, but Azeez Al-Shaair would often see set packages each game, so this linebacker most likely is going to see plenty of playing time. And in today's video, I want to cover the surprise linebacker I don't think many people are counting into this race, and that's Jalen Graham, the Niners' last pick in the draft. It might be the Brock Purdy effect, but it seems like the Niners know exactly who to pick with this pick. And that player, of course, is Jalen Graham. Throughout OTAs, Graham has impressed. During rookie minicamp, he was the best linebacker on the field, outshining fellow linebacker selected D. Winters. Graham frankly looked faster than Winters, despite running a 40-yard dash that was slower than Winters. Graham ran his 40-yard dash in 4.64 seconds, where Winters ran his in 4.4 seconds. Graham followed up his impressive rookie minicamp by maybe more impressive OTAs. He still looked like one of the best linebackers out there, despite now year 2 players, year 3 players coming out there. He looked smooth in coverage, got to the ball quickly. And I know the comparison this offseason for D. Winters has been the Niners' current linebacker, Dre Greenlaw. But for me, I think Jalen Graham so far has looked a lot more Dre Greenlaw-like in his ability to flow sideline to sideline. You also see this on his college film. He's also an extremely aggressive, hard-hitting linebacker. He might need to add a little bit of size, but in this video, I want to dive a little bit deeper into who Jalen Graham actually is. Break down first his measurables, and then go into his football career up to this point, what scouts were saying about him, and if he actually has a chance to start on the Niners defense. Graham comes in at 6'2", 220 pounds. His 40-yard dash is 4.64 seconds. His 10-yard split is 1.68 seconds. Graham was born in Detroit, Michigan, and he started his football career at Detroit County Day School and then transferred to Cass Tech High School. He played quarterback as well as defensive back, being named first team All-State at the later position as a senior. As a 3-star recruit, Graham committed to play football at Purdue. At Purdue, Graham started his transition from a defensive back to linebacker. But throughout his 4-year collegiate career, Graham recorded 169 tackles, including 12.5 for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and 3 interceptions. He also garnished all Big Ten Conference honorable mentions in 2021 and 2022. Across his time in college, it was clear that Graham was a phenomenal coverage linebacker, heavily relying on his skills of the defensive back position he learned in his younger years. He was the highest graded linebacker in coverage in week 9, according to Pro Football Focus. So now that Graham's college football career was out of the way, scouts had an opportunity to dive a little bit more deeply into his game to examine what he did well and what he needed to work on to be an efficient NFL linebacker. And then his strengths definitely were his ability to float sideline to sideline, as well as just being an aggressive linebacker who had no hesitation filling holes. But he did have weaknesses, such as his mass. He definitely needs to get bigger to be an NFL linebacker. But there were other things in his game that he needs to address, such as sometimes he would miss tackles because of his aggressive nature. So in the pros, he needs to get his pro angles better. But the Niners did see a linebacker where they saw Brock Purdy last year with their last pick and decided to take Jalen Graham with pick 38 in round 7. So far during his time in rookie minicamp and OTAs, Graham has asserted himself as the best rookie mini linebacker coming in. And now it's up to D. Winters to show the Niners organization that he was worth being drafted before Graham. But Graham now has a leg up and may even push for the job that Azeez Al-Shaair left. But these are just ultimately my thoughts on the selection of Jalen Graham, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think about Jalen Graham? Do you think he will be able to push for the job, or do you think he's just going to be stowed away and maybe develop? I'd love to hear your thoughts. It would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching.